Now, I've generated over 20 million views on TikTok, which is fucking insane, but I'm pretty confident that means that I know what goes into building a core audience that is devoted to you until the day that you die, which is morbid and macabre, and I'm not sure why it came out of my mouth, but I assume all of that is why you clicked on this video. Or maybe you saw my cute new shirt from J. Crew. Hi, J. Crew, send me shirts. And we're rocking curly hair. I'm really just going to use YouTube as a showcase for all of my looks. So I mean, that's an incentive to hit follow because, like, what will he wear next? But at the end of this video, I'm going to give you the one secret that helped me go from videos that got 300 to 500 views to videos that now get more often than not in the 10, 50, hundreds of thousands of views range, up to videos that have literally gone mega viral with 9 million views. Crazy. Plus, I can really attest to the growth of my account to over 311,000 followers to what we're about to talk about. If you don't already know, I'm Justin Schumann. Human is literally in my name, and that's what I'm here to help you do better. Be yourself better, more authentically, more honestly, more vulnerably online and in your life. And I'm doing that by helping reveal the parallels between social media and real life for you, showing you that if you show up on social media, you will show up more confidently in your real life. Plus, you can make a fuck ton of money on social media at the same time. So it's a win-win. So step one, something that you need to know about me and the way that I think about social media is I don't like the concept of niches or niching down. I think it is reductive. I think it is taking your humanity and your soul and just ripping it from your body. It's giving very Get Out in service of like tricking the algorithm to push your content in front of the people you most desire it to be seen by. However, you're going to be sharing more than just the one problem and the one solution you talk about. You're going to be sharing yourself. So the caveat being, might this process take just a little longer to get those views? Yes. However, will those views be from people that are so connected and here for you because they love what you're saying and what you stand for and your energy, as opposed to just enjoying using you for the solution you provide as if you were a walking textbook or a personification of Google? Yes. But basically, when you commit to sharing yourself every day on any of these social platforms and figure out how to do it in a way that feels good for you, which I admit is challenging. It's something I work on with my clients, with the folks in my membership all the time. How do I bring myself to my content, to the camera? How do I infuse my personality into what I'm talking about? What parts of my life story even belong on social media? How do I make sure I don't overshare? The Pandora's box of questions is almost endless, but there are answers to all of them, and if you hit subscribe, we will eventually get to all of them. But think about every content piece you create on TikTok, Instagram, what have you, as an opportunity to put one or more tiles in the mosaic of you that exists in the minds of the people that follow you. That's what your personal brand is, basically. It is this idea of you, your reputation, your aura that people have in their heads, the people that follow you and the people that even see your content for the very first time. I want followers of yours and potential followers of yours to get your energy right away. Because honestly, do I share a fuck ton of value in all of my content? Yes. Do I think people largely follow me though more for my personality and how I deliver the value? Yes. And I think that's fine. You're still following, right? You're part of my ecosystem. That's what matters to me, that I can help you and that you help me build my thing in the process. So committing to sharing this consistently authentic core essence of you in every one of your content pieces is the very first step in creating videos that will start to gain traction and all of those views because people can finally connect to you. Now, step two, and you have heard way too much about this from many people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but it is the structure of how you tell your stories. And I could go into the hook and the ways that you give your list of 3 and the call to actions at the end of your videos, but honestly, on the videos of mine that have gone viral, they've been over 5 minutes long on TikTok, and they haven't followed the structure at all. So what do I do instead to get all those views? I focus on the storytelling. I focus on sharing things that I genuinely feel so fucking passionate about. This is why I don't like batching content, i.e. recording many pieces of content in a row, because I don't want to talk about a list of topics that my assistants and I came up with a week and a half ago. I want to create off the top of my head. I want to speak extemporaneously on whatever is lighting the fire in my belly in that moment. So if I'm not going to lead with giving you a structure for your content pieces, because of course I have so many structures and paradigms and guidelines I can and will give you, but I need you to instead start focusing on the storytelling first post before the strategy. Now, if you take one thing from this video and it's that, fucking fantastic, because then you were already ahead of the game of 99% of other people who tried to do this thing. But it doesn't matter how fucking good your strategy is if you're not telling good stories. And I don't mean the content of what you're saying is not good, I'm saying the way you're delivering it is not strong. So step 2, and really hear this, stop overthinking what you're going to share as you commit to showcasing this core essence of yourself, and instead, anything in your life that makes you go, huh, that observation is worth sharing. Now, in this moment, you're like, absolutely not. No one would fucking want to watch. Wow, I never really thought about how long walk or don't walk signs stay lit for. What a random thing for me to choose, but I'm literally sitting in my apartment in New York City and I'm surrounded by intersections, and now I'm thinking, like, why do some intersections have certain length walk or don't walk signs, and you in the suburbs are like, what the fuck is he talking about? But I'm like, no, it's like jaywalking and keeping people safe. Look left, look right before you cross the street. Anyway, if that interests me or is something I'm pondering for the day, I can make a piece of content about it. Again, you're like, I don't believe this dude. Well, fucking go watch my TikToks and realize how fucking random they can be sometimes. However, that is the shit that's relatable. I don't need you to come to your content and be like, your mindset surrounding money could be so much better, let me tell you. Like, what the ever-loving fuck? No, one, that content piece has been made a trillion times and pretty poorly every single time. Two, I am so much more interested in hearing how you react to the vegetable section at your grocery store when the Mister comes on and they play Singing in the Rain. And does it give you memories of like going to the grocery store with your mom when you were a kid? Again, I don't know where the fuck I'm pulling these things from, but like, this is how I come up with content. Like, what comes to my brain? And then I'm gonna share it. So don't worry at this juncture about your hooks, about the structure, about the call to actions. Just start telling stories. And you will be shocked by the engagement you start to see in your comments and how the views rack up. And number 3, and this is sort of where the big secret is built into, content creation is so difficult because it is so fucking simple. And what do I mean by that? Well, good content creators are good because when they hit the big red button, so I'm talking about video content in this moment, nothing changes about the person they were before they hit the button and the person they are while they're recording. The difficult thing at present for you is that when you hit that big red button, your body shifts because you realize, oh my God, that is me deciding I am about to put myself out there to be perceived. So your body goes into this physiological response of like, danger, danger, Will Robinson, and starts to fall back on old habits of people pleasing, of sharing this performative, tolerable, not too much, good enough, not going to offend anyone self that is largely bland and generic and boring. Your body actually goes through a bigger transformation than it needs to, because really, I want you to go from here to boop to nothing's changed. Nothing's shifted. I'm still just being myself. I am cognizant that I'm talking to a camera, but this is me. This is who I am at all times. This is who I am if you're in a business meeting with me. This is who I am if I'm doing office hours in my membership. This is who I am if you're a private client of mine. This is who I am with my family. Am I aware that I'm being recorded in this moment? Sure. Is anything amplified because of that? Maybe, but with purpose, right? Not out of fear of what they might think, right? Because that would be inauthentic. I'm just me. You are not supposed to experience any sort of physical shift when you hit that big red button. And while that might be like, holy fuck, I've never thought about it before. Yeah, that will change the way you approach your content. Remember, step 1 is about sharing a consistent version of yourself, this core energy and essence of you with every single video. And if you're like, 1, I have no fucking idea what that core essence is or how to identify it. Okay, well, bitch, I've got you. Hit subscribe. And 2, if you're like, I have a sense of it, but I'm not sure what part of my story. Or 2, if you're like, well, I have a sense of it, but I'm still not clear of how to tell my story, how to be myself inside of telling my story. And what if I want to make money with this one day? How does my story start to equal money? Well, baby, that is the human approach to social media. It is helping you see yourself not as a product, but as this brand, as the beginning of a beautiful empire that you could build for yourself to leave your 9-to-5, to spend more time with your family. I mean, you could have no desire to make money on social media. That's totally fine. Any of this work, if you integrate it and start to experiment with it, you're going to learn so much more about yourself in the process. But if you do want to make money on social media and do it by creating some sort of an offering or a service that is born from your brain, your heart, your intellectual property, oof, bitch, I've got you. And I don't want to assume, but you would probably be interested in my online community, which is called The Human Approach. There's a link down below if you want to read more about it. But look, these steps and that one big secret I shared with you, that's how I've gotten over 20 million views on my TikToks. It's not like it's some magic spell. It is a difficult uphill grind of figuring out who the fuck you are and how the fuck to share yourself. But at least you found me now, and I'm teaching you how to do that with tangible action steps along the way. If you want to learn how to grow and monetize on social media just by being yourself, well then hit subscribe. Like this video, leave a comment below, find me on Instagram, TikTok, wherever the fuck. And I promise I will be back real soon so that we can continue to connect and help each other grow. See you soon.